Could one of the greatest ever players in the history of the AFL come to the Pies? Let's talk about it. Happy Easter if you celebrate. I hope you had a good weekend. Lots of egg, lots of chocolate, lots of love, lots of laughter. If you don't celebrate Easter, hope you had exactly the same sort of thing. Lots of fun, lots of laughter. From my family to yours. Happy Easter. I love you all. Speaking of Easter, over the weekend, Bontempelli rose. He returned to the Bulldogs lineup in a demolition of St Kilda, kicked 2 goals, 1, and just looked like he hadn't lost a beat, right? He hadn't lost a beat. Pendlebury even said this about it. And I thought, oh, that's cool. You know, I made a post about it on Instagram. And then this morning, the West Australian newspaper said that Collingwood are the forerunners if Bontempelli doesn't sign with the Western Bulldogs, which is absolutely huge.
Holds the smaller man out. Rare error there for Dacos.
So Bontempelli is an unrestricted free agent, which means that if another club was to offer him, let's just say, $1.2 million, the Western Bulldogs don't have the chance to match it. He can just leave. Now, it's really interesting that he hasn't signed with the Western Bulldogs yet. He's their captain. And it's 6 rounds into the season. In saying that though, he has said that he wants to just get back playing and, see what happens because he has had that long injury. So that's fair enough. Now, non-logically, and what this West Australian is saying, that Bontempelli has already met with Collingwood and he was going to be meeting with us in the next couple of weeks again. This could be on the level of Luka Doncic from the NBA moving from the Mavs to the Lakers, albeit different circumstances. But as an unrestricted free agent and with apparently Collingwood in talks with him, Collingwood could seemingly land Bontempelli for free, right? No trades, no anything like that. Could this be a possibility? 100% it could be a possibility. Will it be a possibility? Probably not. A captain leaving their club, and Western Bulldogs playing great football. I wouldn't be surprised if Bontempelli was just going around looking at offers and then, saying, oh, Collingwood's going to offer me 1.4 for 4 years. Bulldogs offer me 1.5 for 5 years. Whatever it may be, right? Right? And that's logical. And that's probably what's going to happen. But let Collingwood supporters, let us live in this sort of bubble where we could see a midfield next year of Nick Dacos and Marcus Bontempelli. That would feed generations. That'll be absolutely generational. And we've seen unrestricted free agents, big names move left and right. It's about time Collingwood landed a huge fish, an absolutely huge fish. We have the money. We're going to have the money, and that could mean if Bontempelli does come, that probably means that we lose a couple of players. Or, when you think about the players that we could possibly have been linked to, Butters, Rao, all these players, we need draft picks, first round draft picks, and we don't have any of those, right? We gave it up for Dan Houston and for Lockie Schultz. So we don't have any of those first round draft picks. Collingwood have said for so long that we want to attack the free agency realm. And what better free agency fish than the big barracuda himself in Marcus Bontempelli?
They want to go fast here to Bontempelli. Approaches 50, sizes it up. This man's a superstar. Oh, wow.
So as a little bit of history on Bontempelli, he's 29 years old, 12th season at the moment, 6-time Charlie Sutton medalist, which is the Western Bulldogs' best and fairest. So the last time Bontempelli's contract was up was in 2021. He signed a 4-year contract until the end of this year. He didn't sign that contract extension until May. So we're in April. So I dare say he's probably looking at that around the same time. So that would be, May is the 5th month. So about halfway through the year is when he probably starts making his decisions. I think anything later than May, if he doesn't sign, it could be a sign that he may be leaving. And For years, we've said Collingwood are the biggest club, Collingwood, and we don't really get those big names, but now they're starting to come, right? Sure, Dan McStay wasn't a household name, but look what he's done for us. Dan Houston, household name, 2 times all Australian. Tom Mitchell, Brownlow medalist. Bobby Hill, he's a household name now. Free agency is a free hit for teams who don't have first rounders to trade or anything like that. I would love, however old he is, a Butters at 25 or a Rowell at, what is he, 23, 24, right? That would be great. That would feed us for 10 years or so. We don't have any commodity to trade. We don't have anything to trade them, right? We'd probably have to trade a player, have to bundle first round picks. We'd have to dig deep. Free agency, free hit. And Bontempelli to Collingwood would be bigger than Buddy Franklin to Sydney. I'm telling you that right now.
And we'll do it all again. So 5 minutes remain.
I would envision Collingwood would be offering him 1.5 for 4 or 5 years. Bontempelli, he could play till he's 34, 35, maybe even a little bit later than that. Give him a 5-year deal. Give him $1.5 million. He's worth it. He's, alongside Pendlebury, probably one of the greatest ever players to not win a Brownlow. He definitely deserves a Brownlow. It just seems like the nicest guy in the whole entire world. And that's where the sort of problem lies. He does have that loyalty to the Bulldogs. He's the captain of this amazing club in Footscray. And the chance of him coming to Collingwood are very, very slim, or the chance of him just even leaving are very, very slim. The West Australian even said that West Coast are putting their hat in. So we've seen players kind of like Braden Maynard shopping themselves around to try and find the best deal. It's like when you go to JB Hi-Fi and say, oh, I've seen this TV for $1,500 at Harvey Norman, and you're selling it for $1,800. I can get a better deal for there. I'm just going to go walk there. They said, no, we want your business. We can do it for $1,400 or $1,500. We'll match it, and you can keep that. And we want your business, right? So that's kind of what's happening here. It could be a power play by the managers. I do reckon that he was waiting until he came back into the team, played well, and then he can get his contract talking again. But for the West Australian, unprovoked to say that he's already met with us and then he'll be meeting with us again in the next few weeks. Leppich, if we can pull this off, Barry Karp, Leppich, McRae, all the recruiting staff, all the coaches would have just had, this would be the biggest coup in Collingwood history. I'm telling you that right now. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think Bontempelli would ever even leave the Bulldogs? But imagine what would it's still just mind-boggling that this had come out. This breaking news had sort of come out. Let me know your thoughts down below of Bontempelli to the Magpies, or BontemPIEli, if you will. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, and until next one, double shackers. I'll see you later.